Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? So we are on week 2 of the Bonesmith Readalong. So we are now going to discuss chapters 10 through 18. First of all, let's just kind of recap on like what happened so far. Let me know your general thoughts so far. The last thing we just saw was them running through the haunted forest after like encountering the what are they called? Revenants? Revenants? Is that how you pronounce that? But the webcam's just doing its own thing there. The like haunted bodies or the like walking bones, I guess you could say. So that's pretty cool. I tabbed a few things. I'm mostly doing my annotations this time, like actually writing in the book and like underlining things, but I tabbed my absolute favorite aspects of it. So I did one like sad quote for the blue tab, and then the other two pink tabs were just like favorite things. So just my general favorites were, the sad one was I underlined how like Rin always sought out or like did rebellious things for attention. And the quote was, better for people to expect the worst than for them to expect nothing at all. Just because like those like perceptions that people have about you, she'd rather be noticed and be seen as a rebel, or a rule breaker than not be seen at all. So I think that says a lot about her character. Yeah, Nicole, it was fun to get Leo's perspective. I forgot that we got that, to be honest, because when I was reading a interview she did, she was talking about how she wanted Bonesmith to be a bit more intimate of a like perspective, as far as like how many we were getting as opposed to Crown of Feathers. I mean, Crown of Feathers starts off right off the bat with 3 different perspectives, and then I think it ends up being like 6 to 9, or it's like a pretty large number, and you're getting like a full cast of characters and their perspectives. So that's interesting, to get in a fantasy world, and I think it really allows you to see things from all sides. Whereas, like with Bonesmith, we're mostly getting Rin's perspective, so it's like you're really only getting one side, but you're really getting to know that character, which is fun. So I forgot that we got more than one perspective when we did get Leo. Did you like Leo's perspective? Or was it just kind of shocking, or did you actually enjoy getting a Leo POV? I feel like there's a play on words there. A Leo V instead of a POV. My other things that I tabbed moments before they'd been trying to kill each other, and now they were trapped here on this narrow ledge. And to me, I wrote in the book, I'm like, the perfect start to an enemies to lovers. And then later on, he didn't know if he could properly flirt with a sack on his head, but if anyone could do it, it was him. I just thought that was a funny quote. I enjoyed having it, but there was only a couple chapters in this section. I thought there was just one. Was there more than one? I thought we only got the one. I can't remember for sure. I know we got the maybe 2. You know, we got the one where he like knew he was going to be kidnapped, but I thought that's all we got. I could be wrong. I also like the mention of water smiths because most of the elements we're looking at are more of a like material-esque thing. So we're getting like the iron, the copper, the gold, the what's it called? The bone. There's another one. Stone. So those are more like material. It's like almost like breaking down earth bending into different categories, which is cool. So it was cool to almost see something like beyond that. And it was like a watersmith. And the watersmiths just straight up sound like sirens. Yeah, ghostsmiths. I was thinking of stone, but ghostsmiths are definitely one of the things because they're just more not the only word I can think of is expired, but that's wrong. They're like no longer existing, as far as we know, or as far as the book is telling us. I think that there's still something brewing out there with ghostsmiths, but because like there was something with the iron, so I feel like they're just mentioning too much that they no longer exist for them to no longer exist, if you know what I mean. Like, how do you wipe out an entire race or an entire... It's like Aang. Like, you thought you wiped out all the airbenders, but Aang's still here. He's the last airbender, and he's like gonna rebuild the airbending, what's it called? Clan? Not clan. The air... I know it's like a temple, but I don't remember what their like group is called. But it's like that. Like, you can't really wipe out everyone, can you? And how do you know if you wiped out everyone? So how do you guys feel about Julian? We didn't meet him until these chapters. Do you like Julian? Yeah. Tribe, air... I think it's the water tribe, the fire nation, the earth kingdom, and then there's like the air temple. Is it just the temple? I don't know. But how did you guys feel about Julian? Like, I did the thing where it's like the graph where it's like, is a cinnamon roll, looks like a cinnamon roll, is a cinnamon roll, or looks like a cinnamon roll, is actually a cinnamon roll, looks like a cinnamon roll could kill you, looks like they could kill you, is a cinnamon roll. Like, I did that little graph. And I did looks like a cinnamon roll and is a cinnamon roll as Leo. Looks like a cinnamon roll but could kill you is Nara, which was Ren's cousin. Looks like they could kill you, could kill you is Ren, and then looks like they could kill you but is a cinnamon roll is Julian. Because he was just like, he's like, how dare you loot these bodies? We need to bury them, and I don't want to kill these people. Let's talk things out. And like, I guess he could actually kill you, but like, that's not his first instinct like it is Ren's. Ren is just so like, go, like, go, like, oh my gosh, what's the word? Impulsive. I am not doing great with words today. That's for sure. I think he's hiding some big secrets. I mean, it's a man wearing gloves. Of course he's hiding secrets. It's like another, like, Kaz always wore the gloves. I genuinely want to know, like, I cannot for the life of me remember, like, why he wears gloves, and now I, like, am excited to get to that aspect. So I'm interested to keep reading again on that front. I can't believe, like, I know it's only a 5-week read along, but I feel like I'm pretty far in already, which is so weird. But I'm excited to get the reveal again on why he's wearing the gloves. I think men wearing gloves is just like that morally gray, like love interest kind of thing. I feel like there's another character out there that wears gloves that I'm trying to remember, but it's like they can't show their hands, so they can't show their secrets kind of thing, if that makes sense. But I feel like I've figured out some of the secrets just in like subcontext, or where like the soldier that was talking to Leo started to mention something and was like, oh, I shouldn't have mentioned that. Or just like in general, the characters overhearing things and then them like thinking, oh, like click onto that because that's like something that is probably important, kind of thing. Let me see if I can find like an example. I know for sure one was in that Leo POV. It's when they mention a very specific thing. They like stop and they're like, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, who? I think is it Hagrid? He's like, oh, shouldn't have said that. I would hope you know the secrets. You've read it before. I genuinely can't remember what the glove thing is. Like, I really don't remember. I don't know. But there's something that, like, kind of, like, even the first time around, I kind of figured it out just from, like, context clues. Yes, Hagrid. Okay. I'm really bad about that. Like, I pick up on like twists pretty easily. Like I definitely saw the Fourth Wing one coming. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I saw the Fourth Wing one coming. I saw the one in what was it called? Imposters coming. I'm pretty like I pick up on things fairly easy, especially when I'm reading on like a physical book and like really paying attention to what's being said. I don't notice it as much with audiobooks. But definitely physical. I'm like, oh. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing as far as enjoying the book and not seeing the twist or seeing the twist. I don't know like what necessarily is better. I think it's fun to try to piece it together. The Crescent City one I didn't see coming until said chapter, but I felt like I knew what was coming in that chapter. So I saw it very late. But overall, I feel like I pick up on things fairly well. What else should we talk about from chapters 10 through 18? You guys have any like favorite moments from the chapter that you guys want to talk about? Or are you really vibing with one of the characters or not? Do you have a favorite quote? Anything that you guys want to share about chapters 10 through 18? I don't want to just hog the space here on all my thoughts. I want to hear your guys' thoughts too. Let me see if there's anything else I underlined that we can chat about. Oh, when like Julian reshaped the metal, I put nice party trick. Trying to see. Oh, what did you guys think of when Ren like pulled all the bones up to fight? That was pretty intense. I would definitely run the other way if a bunch of bones came up out of the ground to essentially look like they're gonna fight me. Also, what theories do you have for what's going to happen next? Do you think they're going to make it out of the forest? Do you think that anything's going to happen with the revenants? Do you think that they're going to find Leo? Like, what thoughts do you have moving forward as far as like what theories you have for the rest of the book? I'm always interested to chat about theories. Every time I like read a book or watch a popular show or movie or something, the first thing I always do, particularly with TV shows, like I wait until I finish the whole series because I hate like getting spoiled for stuff. But which is funny because I usually like figure it out and spoil myself, but I don't like to be spoiled by others. So, like, for example, I'm watching The 100 right now, and I really want to look up theories about what I think might happen, but I don't want to, like, confirm if they're true or not. But I finished Lost, and I immediately went and looked up a ton of theories. Or I finished, like, a Marvel movie, and I immediately go to Twitter and look at theories. Or one of my favorite things is those memes where it's, like, pictures with no context, and it's like a different like four pictures that are just kind of funny and like you won't get it unless you've seen the movie kind of thing. I love those. Some of those are my favorite posts. That was crazy. I feel like we don't have a huge grasp on the extent of her powers since we've only seen her really use them in the trial. Yeah, this one is definitely more of a like we're gonna like I feel like Crown of Feathers is more like world building from the get-go, and I feel like Bonesmith is more like you're thrown into it and you're learning as you go, which is a different take. And I know that Nikki is more of a plotter and like will actually outline and come up with stuff as opposed to just figuring out while she goes. So I think that plays into how she writes her books for sure. So to get two different kinds of world building between the two different series is really cool. I think Julian is going to be the king / prince of the Breachlands, the regent. Do you think he's the regent or do you think he's related to the regent? And I think they will eventually catch up to Leo, but it will be a while before we get there. Yeah. Thinking like week 4, week 5, as far as that goes, probably. Until we like I think we'll still get Leo's POV, but it'll be a hot second before we catch up to him where the characters come together. Yeah, I think you're right. If not the regent, at least the son or nephew. I genuinely don't like I don't remember either on that if that is true or not, but I'm like picking up. It's fun to like read it a while ago, especially since I read it in the manuscript form, to read it in its final form and like remember and pick up on things that I completely forgot about. That's why I love rereading my favorites because you're always like catching or remembering something new each time, which is super fun. But yeah, so I think we've kind of discussed as much as we can on chapters 10 through 18, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about. But let's go ahead and do some reading sprints. We'll start off with a 30-minute. I have a headache like nobody's business right now, so I'm probably not gonna read, but I'm still gonna do some reading sprints. I might throw on an audiobook and go take some medicine or something, but let's pull up our little timer here. And share the screen. All right. Let's do a 30-minute timer. I think I'm going to work on I'm starting like a small business with my friends. So I think I'm going to work on some like brand stuff instead of actually reading, which is terrible since it's supposed to be reading sprints. But we do what we can here. So cast your votes. Is it going to be Batman, Santa, hot dog, or dinosaur? What an assortment of characters we have here. Who do you think is going to win this race before time ends? Dino Dragon. I think it's a dino because he's holding a bone, but I guess I could see it as a dragon. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, turn off the sound so that doesn't hit out of nowhere. And let's go ahead and get started. Read until the timer is up. I'll see you guys in 30. All right, the dinosaur one. Okay, guys, my headache is about to like burst open my head, and there's not really anyone watching right now, so I think I'm gonna head out. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.